Good morning. It's day 40 on the Appalachian Trail. We are getting ready to leave Jerry's cabin shelter area and head up Big Butt Mountain. And then Eldon, he said if it doesn't look like a butt when he gets up there, he's going to be very disappointed. His ankle's still hurting him. Obviously, rolling it 2 days in a row, same ankle as hindrance. Is still taped. We left the tape on it last night. But going to try to get into Erwin early and call for a shuttle when we get out to one of the highways instead of just a log road. And we will see how that goes. We filtered water. We actually had some breakfast this morning. Did not eat enough yesterday with the rock scramble up Howard's Rock, up and down. Was very famished last night. So we actually had a pretty good dinner. And then this morning we went ahead and had a pretty good breakfast. Oh, I'm tired. Ooh. We slept in the shelter last night. It was not that cold. It got to be about 44, I think, so it didn't drop down into the 30s. But it was just kind of noisy, and I put my earplugs in. But I got about 4.5, maybe 5 hours of sleep, and Eldon probably got about the same. But it is a beautiful morning. We are the last ones at camp. We just finished filtering water, having breakfast. Most people were out of camp by 7:15, 7:30. I barely rolled out of bed before 7 o'clock to go use the bathroom. So we seem to do our best sleeping between like 6 o'clock and 7 o'clock. But Reptile's finishing up, and we are getting ready to get back on trail. The goal today is just to get to the next shelter, which is 6.7 miles. We'll see if we can go any farther, but it really depends on how his ankle's feeling. Then we'll get into Erwin hopefully tomorrow and just see if we can find an ankle brace or come up with some sort of plan. We are just kind of shooting it by ear right now. We thought we were going to be able to walk from Hot Springs to Erwin and make, some good time. It was about 70 miles. Thought we'd get there in about 6 days, and here we are on day 5, and we're still, 24 or 28 miles away. So, oh, no, we're more than that. Either way, we're not going to make it in the time frame, so which means we're also running out of food. We have about 2 days worth of food as far as meals go, and we're pretty much depleted on our snacks, which we usually eat throughout the day. So, we'll just have to cook a meal tonight. Not very much water between here and the next shelter, so Eldon has 2 liters, and I have a liter, and then we have our 20 ounces, so that should get us there. Sorry, my right shoulder is hurting, mostly because I use it to push off with my trekking poles. Yesterday, we had I was trying to look to see how bad my eyes were this morning, because I forgot to take an allergy pill. But yesterday, the trekking poles were the absolute blessing. The views on top of Howard's Rock was wonderful. They were beautiful. You could see forever. But the blessing from day 39 would have definitely have been the trekking poles. They kept us up. They kept us on our feet. By the time I got to camp yesterday, my left foot was swollen, and I had a little ball of fluid in my arch, so I was trying to work that out. But yeah, feet hurt. And when your feet hurt and your brain and your feet are not communicating very well, trekking poles, definitely a blessing. Then the challenge obviously was getting Reptile to actually tend to his hurt ankle. He finally let me wrap it after I yelled at him. And then just the Howard's Rock. We had several people here in camp that are doing 16, 20-mile days. A gentleman walked through camp and said, I think I'm going to do about 21 miles today. Some people they're really getting it. They're hitting it. They're doing 2.5, 3 miles an hour. And it's going up the hills. As you can see, the mountain behind us, Big Butt. But it is, it's hard. And when you hear these people that are doing their 15 plus miles a day, and we're still doing, 6, 7, or 8. But we're just going to keep doing our own hike and take care of our bodies If Eldon needs to, walk 5 miles and stop, then that's what we're going to be doing for a little bit until we can try to get into town. Challenge said was the rocks, the just being injured. So I didn't do a closing last night because, quite frankly, I was just too tired. But we will move forward. All right, that's camp. Okay. We're going to get on the trail as soon as Reptile's done, and I'll just give you guys some pictures and an update for today, day 40. We're actually going to hit our 200-mile marker today. So we are 2.7 miles from our 200-mile marker, I believe, which on trail is 302 miles of trail miles, but remember, we skipped the Smokies, so we are about 104.7 or whatever. We'll just round it to 105 miles off the trail mile. But that's okay. 200 miles today is going to be a great accomplishment. I'll see you guys down trail. We get to walk this little grassy knoll for a little bit. Pretty green, which is ironic because 4 miles from here we were rock climbing on Howard's Rock. But now we are going through this little grassy bit.
There's a little pond.
A little pond. Can't really see the pond through all the whatever these thorn bush looking things are. I'm not really quite sure what they are. But we're not quite a mile from camp yet. But I thought it was very unique that we just came up some switchbacks on the way up and found this knob, I guess is what they call it. A knob, a knoll, I don't know. There's names for all kinds of stuff. We had a guy at camp last night that had gotten a steal out of a hiker box. He got Peak Refuel dinners and Element electrolytes. So he didn't really like the Element. He liked Propel or Gatorade, but he took some of our PK packets and exchanged them out for some Element. So this morning I am drinking the lemonade salt, and it is really good. I could probably drink the whole thing, but I'm trying to ration it so that I don't drink my whole 20 ounce the first half hour just because it tastes good. Alright, we're going to see where this grassy knoll takes us. See you guys down trail. We are taking the Big Butt Bypass, which is a blue blaze. Because I have a feeling that the Big Butt Mountain is going to be full of rocks because we can already see them. And truth be told, we are still hurting from all the rock climbing yesterday. Like ankles, knees, Achilles, hips, and very little sleep last night. So I'm going to try to take a little bit of an easier route that's still uphill, but won't be rock climbing. But if we have any good views, I will take some pictures. We have just completed 200 miles on the Appalachian Trail. So we're having to do some calculations because obviously skipping is part of the Smokies and we lost some mileage of trail, but 200.2 miles is where we're at right now. By the time we get to camp, it'll be about 203-ish so miles. So we're still out here doing it. Yay, I'm excited. 200 miles. That's crazy. Now in the grand scheme of things, that is about 8% of the trail. Which is crazy, but very cool. You happy, Reptile? 200 miles. He looks so happy. All right. Wow. We are getting into some downed trees and everything, probably from the storms or Hurricane Helene. But there's some massive trees down. Treadway's been pretty good since Big Butt. We've met a trail maintainer, talked to him for a minute. Said that he thinks he either lost his saw or he left the saw in his truck. I haven't seen a saw yet, but our eyes are peeled for it. And we got pretty decent elevation to the shelter, so we should be able to make some good time. And hopefully we get a plan of going into Erwin. All right. Reptile's leading the pack. He's feeling a little bit better, but we are pushing past the shelter, which was our goal today, to get into Erwin because we realized that today is Friday and we have a package to pick up in Erwin. And we're not going to make the whatever gap exit that is, because we are about 2 meals from being out of food because of the slower pace that we're going, coming out of Hot Springs with the sprained ankle. So we have a shuttle driver that's going to pick us up at Devil's Fork Gap and shuttle us into Erwin. Then we can get our post office package on Saturday. The website says they're open 10 to noon. And figure out our resupply and all that. So I don't know if we'll be taking more than likely we'll have to take a 0 in Erwin because we are completely unprepared with shuttles and stays and all of that. But there's no way we can stay on trail for another 25 plus miles to make it to gosh, I can't remember the gaps, but it's like off I-26 to get into Erwin that way. We just don't have enough food for it. So we're going to get off a little before, I guess most people will probably get off trail to go into Erwin for resupply. Not a big deal. We are flying by the seat of our pants. We pretty much have been since we left the knock several days ago. And it's fine. We make it work. The good thing about the trail community is people are willing to offer help or assistance. And the first shuttle driver we reached out to, their vehicle was in the shop. And they said, hey, give this person a call. And, you know, they should be able to help you. So we met some, hang on one second, I gotta, okay. Whew. Sorry, had to switch hands. We met a lady and gentleman, and actually 2 gentlemen, but the one lady and gentleman had, at the shelter, we stopped to get lunch. The lady, this is her 4th AT through hike. The gentleman, he was on his 3rd AT through hike. And the lady's husband, I'm assuming, partner, some sort of companion, it was his 1st through hike attempt. And they were booking it. They'd already gone like 14 miles this morning and stopped to get water, and they were going like 11 more. So they were doing a 25-mile day. And water source if you needed one. But we're full on water, so we're just going to step over it. We were going to stop at the shelter and then go into Erwin tomorrow, but realized post office is a necessity to get Reptile sleeping bag and some resupplies items from home. So we're headed into there. And we'll see about getting an ankle brace and whatever else we need. That way we can be a little bit more comfortable and secure when we're back on trail. So we have about a mile to the trailhead parking area at Devil's Fork Gap for our shuttle driver pickup. And then we'll be pretty busy. So I will try to remember to get back on here after we get into town, figure out where we're staying. And who knows? Maybe we'll actually get to eat restaurant food tonight. That would be great, wouldn't it, Reptile? Because I am craving me a soda.
Soda or ice cold beer.
I mean, it's amazing the things that you crave. Like, sometimes I don't want electrolytes or flavoring in my water. I just want... No.
I want bubbles.
You want bubbles?
Carbonation.
I just want plain water. Like, I'm just craving like ice cold plain water. And then other times, I'm out here and I've had my electrolytes and I've had my water and I'm like, damn, I want a soda. Or orange juice, or grape juice, or apple juice, or anything. So, you go through spurts. But, alright, so we get to the trailhead. Will put us a little over 9 miles today, which has not been easy, but the treadway and the path has been more hiker friendly today than anything. We've had a couple big ups and a couple big downs, but not thousands of feet, just hundreds. And other than that, we've been fairly level, I would say, most of the day, which is wonderful because you can see the mountains out there. And we didn't have to climb that mountain. We actually skirted around the shelf of it. So that was because we were looking at it going, oh my gosh, that's going to be a hellacious climb. And we didn't have to get to the peak. So that's wonderful. Oh, lots of blessings. The people, the weather, the trekking poles. Oh my gosh. Amazing. But let's hope that our shuttle driver Paul gets us into town. We get a good place to stay that has hot water and a toilet seat that flushes and doesn't move and wiggle when you sit on it. Because the last 3 or 4 privies that I have used, it has been interesting. You either can't close the door because it hits your knees. You have to open the door just so you can wipe or stand up and pull your pants up. Or the toilet seat slides across the platform it's on. Or it rocks back and forth. I mean, I give them all 1 stars for having a toilet seat for me to put my rear end on. But it's not the Hilton. Alright. We're going to walk this 0.1 to the trailhead. And then I'm probably going to finish my bottle of electrolytes and wait for our shuttle driver.